Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Dom, aka Dom the Cyber Genius, your favorite cybersecurity expert, and I'm coming back to you guys with another video. This video is going to be on the city of Dallas and how they suffered a ransomware attack and what it's doing to their IT systems and their services as a city as a whole. So let's get to it and let's get it started. As you see here, the city of Dallas, Texas has suffered a ransomware attack. Just to give you guys a clarification note, Dallas is the ninth largest city in the U.S., so this is nothing to play with. This is, a big city with a big market and a big population, and it's starting to be one of those markets that are emerging as far as real estate and different things like that, or I guess just Texas as a whole. So we just have to be very, very careful when it comes to these things, and we can't take any of these types of attacks lightly because ransomware is only growing day by day and getting worse as the days, weeks, months, and years pass on. But anyway, they did suffer a ransomware attack. This is due to the Royal Ransomware Group actually conducting the security attack on the city of Dallas. Dallas's local media did state that the city's police communication and IT systems were shut down, and the incident actually caused the shutdown of these systems, and they were kind of forced to do that so then they could prevent the spread of the attack throughout the network. That's kind of what you want to do with a ransomware attack or anything like that. You want to figure out where is it coming from, who was affected, and then where that device is at, and then you want to start quarantining that device, isolating it from the system, and then doing the rest of your incident response plan when it comes to suffering like a ransomware attack or a big cyber attack like this. The city did confirm the cause of the disruption came from a ransomware attack, so it is confirmed. It's not like we're just saying it to just say it, or like it may have happened and it's just maybe a data breach. They did confirm that it actually did happen from a ransomware attack, so that's one thing to actually point out. And then next, the Royal Ransomware, like how I said, was responsible for this. Numerous sources did state that they were the ones that actually did it, and some proof is here on the right that even from some network printers on the city of Dallas's network, they were actually getting ransom notes. So how funny is that? They were actually getting ransom notes from the actual ransomware group. So as you see here, it's like if you're reading this, it means that your system was hit by Royal Ransomware, and you got to contact them at this weird email that looks nasty, that looks fishy, and that's crazy. So that's another indicator that, Royal Ransomware was the actual group that was behind this, even though I believe the city of Dallas doesn't know like if they're responsible for it. They haven't gave out any information on who caused it, right? But Royal Ransomware did send them this, and they did, I believe, I don't know if they leaked some data or just showed them some pictures of the data to prove that they had it, but that's just another thing to take into account. But as you know, this ransomware group, Royal, they're really known for, they breach networks with vulnerabilities, but they're more known for their phishing attacks against companies and also their callback phishing campaigns where they send you emails with a callback number, then you're supposed to call that number. Once you do, it's a fake retailer or fake salesperson, and then they're basically swindling you into revealing your personal information. Takes it out here. Up. Now for the TTPs, attack tactics, techniques, and procedures. I had impact. Biggest one here, it's a ransomware attack, right? So this is going to have the biggest impact: data manipulation and destruction, and then system shutdown / reboot. If I do scroll down, I don't think they actually gave clarification on what type of data that was stolen, but usually when it comes to this type of stuff, the data that does get stolen, sensitive stuff from IT systems, usernames, passwords, emails, all that kind of personal identifiable information that can be used to then conduct identity theft and be used to leverage as a bigger ransom for the entity to pay out. And the system shutdown / reboot, they were forced to shut down their IT systems due to the ransomware attack. Next, I have resource development, so compromise accounts and infrastructure. This is a very big issue because they haven't specified what accounts were like actually compromised, but obviously it had to be probably do with something when it comes to the police communications. They were saying that was down. Accounts within their IT systems as well as their infrastructure as a whole, because they were forced to shut down a lot of stuff, and it made a lot of important resources unavailable at the time of the attack. Next, I got initial access, valid accounts, exfiltration. So I got exfiltration over C2 channel. They had to have had some type of way to be able to communicate to the actual IT systems that were affected, and then be able to exfiltrate and get all that information out into, entity that's in, their hands or in their reach. Next, I have privilege escalation, exploitation for privilege escalation, valid accounts, big one here. As these ransomware groups go on and different cyber attackers evolve, they aren't just trying to get little itty bitty information. They're trying to get admin rights. They're trying to get admin accounts. They're trying to get the most information they can. So then they're able to elevate their privileges, use that against the company, and then even use it as another source to make that company pay a ransom or whatever it is that they want to do. Lastly, I got reconnaissance, fishing for information, gather victim identity information. Still unknown what type of info was actually stolen. I don't know if I may have it down here or something like that, but it still doesn't know what type of information was stolen. But again, this ransomware group is known for their phishing campaign. So that's why I put phishing for information, because no matter what, they're probably going to be sending phishing emails out to the various employees and maybe even people that were affected by this attack. Next, I got affected assets and organizational impact. So the ransomware attack has a huge impact on the city's emergency systems and services. So this is including police and some other IT systems that were very, very, very sensitive. The attack actually led to 911 dispatchers having to physically write down reports, and also caused the Dallas County Police Department website to be offline for part of the day. So as you saw up here, this was kind of what it looked like. Secure connection failed, allowing you to connect, and so forth and so on. And also, it was confirmed that the city's court system canceled all their jury trials and jury duty from May 22nd to today, or today as in, May 3rd. So I wrote this report May 3rd, so just keep that in mind. That's funny, right? I guess if you're at work and you get jury duty canceled, that's cool for you. But, people that actually had court cases coming up and that were actually, banking on getting out or different things like that, now they have to wait, and it gets even more extended, which then gets people more impatient, and that leads to other stuff down the road. And this isn't really common, or this is not common ransomware attacks on local governments, to be honest. Are basically what they were saying. I believe if I scroll down with EMESoft, hold on. Let me see. Here we go. I think I may have just spelled it, but for these ransomware attacks, they are pretty common on local governments, and they're widespread. They're happening at an increased rate that has never been actually seen before. So they're saying that more than one is happening per week. So that is crazy to think about, that local governments are getting hit. That's one of the top 3 sectors that get hit with cyber attacks. The top 3 is like government, and then it's education, and then it's health. Or you could intertwine the 3, but the biggest ones are most likely the government, and then healthcare, and then education with schools and universities and things like that. Lastly, mitigation and response. The city's team and partners are working together to address the ransomware issue by stopping this attacks. They are fixing affected services, fixing affected servers, and they're getting these back up and running. They are keeping the mayor and city council informed about this situation, which is required by law for them to do that by their city guidelines. While they continue to look into the overall impact, most city services for residents are still working without major problems. So this isn't causing it to where I can't go to the store, or I can't go get water, or I can't, log into my bank. At least as far as like the major area and services for the city are good without any issues. But there is going to be some, issues that people have with specific city services, and they were saying that you call, I guess, 311. That's one of their emergency lines within that city, and they should also be able to, dial 911 as they need to. And this was the update part of the ongoing cyber threat report that they actually reported out. And at the time of the report, it's still unknown if the actual data was stolen from the city of Dallas. So that's it for my actual cyber threat intelligence report. City of Dallas, they got hit. I know people wish it was probably the Cowboys because they maybe suck or something, but But besides that, that is really it for my report. I'm going to be trying to post a little bit more consistently. Been kind of taking a little bit of breaks here and there just to get my mind right. But I'm back at it, ready to go. And I hope you guys learned something today. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know the vibes. And you know what it is. I'm out. Peace.